secret number 3 is that there's no long-term success without strategy. So now you have a site, you started paying attention and learning about your users' behavior, you're taking action into tweaking your site and maybe even tweaking your campaigns. But in order to achieve scalable growth and massive success, you need to set goals and aim at them with laser focus. We're all seeing it happen right now, how COVID-19 has exponentially accelerated digital transformation in business, especially in e-commerce, where competition is fierce. So we now need to make focus on the strategy, how we're gonna grow and how we're gonna beat our competitors and how we're gonna grow year over year as well. So I read this quote a couple of years ago and it made a lot of sense to me, and I thought it was a good way to start this third secret of a strategy. And this is a quote from T. Boone Pickens, CEO of BP Capital, and it says, "A fool with a plan can outsmart a genius without a plan any day." And that's what strategy is about. So we all need a plan. In order to go somewhere, we need to first know where we want to go and then planning how we're going to get there. So you need a goal to aim to. And this goal must be smart. Smart means that it must be specific, it must be measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. That goal will allow you to plan the strategy to get there. And the roadmap will describe the specific tactics that we need to be executing. I know you know this already, right? And you might be thinking, okay, that's not secret at all. But the secret I'm about to share is what we have found that works incredible for e-commerce business. So bear with me. I know it's easy to talk about strategy and goals and tactics and planning, but it's not that easy to do, right? It's not that easy to put everything together. And the two most critical parts to be able to execute a successful strategy, the two main, I would say, conditions that would determine if the strategy even happens, is to have a step-by-step framework, and not just the framework, but also the people that we need to execute it. Okay, maybe it's like you might be thinking, it's easier said than done, right? But let me explain the growth framework that we found and that we tweaked and adjusted to make it a perfect fit for e-commerce businesses. We like to say that we have Tavanized an existing framework that makes lots of sense. And it's called the North Star metric. North Star metric, you can Google this and you will find lots of information. It was first coined by Sean Ellis, one of the most prominent growth hackers out there. And this growth framework, the North Star metric, started out as a software as a service company's framework, growth framework, right? A SaaS framework. But it has been adapted to many different industries in their own ways. So Burger King is using it in a way, Netflix in another way, Facebook, Airbnb, Spotify as well. So what is this framework about? I'll explain step by step. So the first part of this framework is to understand with the customer what is the mid-term business goals, or what is the mid-term business results that they're looking for. Where you want to be in the next 6 to 12 months, right? If you look 6 to 12 months back, what had need to happen in order for you to call it a success or to understand that you're winning. Okay, how we uncover this, we have a specific process with questions, surveys, and really digging deep inside your company, right? It's not just about the e-commerce channel. It actually embarks more of a 360 view of your company. And this we make it in 4 to 6 sessions to understand what that goal is, right? And we're gonna help you figure out that midterm goal. It's very rewarding when we see that our clients actually start knowing their company in a much deeper level, when they start having these conversations and start understanding where is it that they want to be. So once we set that midterm goal, we start doing a reverse engineer process. And the first thing that we establish after the goal is the North Star metric, right? And this North Star metric needs to impact directly to the midterm goal, right? And it has a couple of characteristics that we need to attend for this metric. First of all, as we understand that every successful company is a customer-centric company, we need to understand that this metric needs to express value to the customer. It needs to represent the vision and the strategy of the company. It needs to be a leading indicator. It doesn't have to be a vanity metric. For example, we're not going to use a metric that talks about how many likes we have in social media. It needs to be actionable, and it needs to be easily understood by the whole company. Everyone that's involved needs to have a very clear grasp of what this North Star metric is. And it needs to be quantifiable because we're going to measure everything. Then, once we establish the North Star metric, we're going to go one step more in a reverse engineer process, and we're going to understand the input metrics, right? Those are actionable metrics, immediately actionable metrics that are gonna impact the North Star metric, which will lead us to the specific midterm goal. But this is not where it ends. Now we need to execute this. Now we need to understand, okay, what is it that we're gonna do that will impact the input metrics that will move the North Star metric to help us achieve our goals? And that's where the work comes. It's important to understand the strategy. By definition, it's something that you need to plan, and it kind of remains unchanged, right, until you achieve the goals. What changes, and when it's an iteration process and when it's about experimenting and testing and adjusting, are the works or the tactics, right? And these are how the tactics would work. When we understand the tactics will impact these different areas of your e-commerce business. First of all, we're gonna have tactics and input metrics that affect site optimization. We're gonna understand what are our opportunities for conversion rate optimization. What is it that we need to start A/B testing? What are the opportunities for increasing UX design and UX experience? Then we're gonna go to traffic. How are we acquiring our customers? How are we acquiring traffic? We're gonna dig deeper in tactics for Google Ads, for Facebook ads, email marketing, any PPC, SEO. And then development. What are the features that our customers are raving for, right? What is it that they need? What can we do in our site that would make their lives easier? Maybe it's enhancing features, adding features, creating landing pages, creating funnels, different funnels, or different tools, third parties that we need to integrate. Then we have another area that's about the creative and the content. We all know, I'm not gonna stress this out, about how important inbound marketing is in today's e-commerce scenario, right? But we need to start creating copyright. We need to start creating videos, design, persona development. We need to start nurturing our design and our e-commerce assets with this kind of content and creative. And then, of course, we have the ERP. Okay, we're talking about SuiteCommerce Advanced. The main, the big value proposition of NetSuite is the single source of truth. We need to understand that SuiteCommerce or NetSuite eCommerce, it's integrated seamlessly in NetSuite. So every internal efficiency that we can enhance using the ERP is going to add a lot of value to your company and to your overall business. So we're going to have maybe custom reporting, changes in logistics, on order management. We're going to start applying and identifying places where we can implement best practices. So this is kind of how the process looks like. We first start with strategy. Then once we set the goals and the North Star metric, we start researching, right? How to impact that strategy, how to get to those goals. And then we start tracing a roadmap. And after that, after we have everything planned out, everything very clear to all the people, the stakeholders involved, we need to start executing. And this needs to be very violent. We need to execute violently, very fast. We need to start gathering insights and information as fast as we can and iterate as fast as we can to achieve success faster, like the saying, right? Fail fast, succeed faster. And then it's a continuous improvement process that we're gonna have. That was how the framework works, right? And now, as I said before, the other critical part is execution, the team, who's gonna take it forward, who's gonna make it happen. And we put together a specific structure of our growth team. And the growth team is led by the growth lead. The growth lead, it's a person that it's very savvy in general marketing, digital marketing, and this person will oversee the whole process and will take the communication with the customer back and forward with our different experts. And you can see we do not believe that this kind of process can be done by one or two good marketers. We need specialists in each area, right? We need to make it a la carte in a way for accelerating growth, right? No one is an expert in everything. So we have actually gotten into our team the best of the best. So we have the UX department, the best UX researchers that work with us. Then we have a data analyst, conversion rate optimization that actually works very close together with UX, and then digital marketers that we have PPC, SEO, email campaigns, and any other initiatives that could fall under the digital marketing. After we understand those areas, we understand the tactics that we're gonna impact through these different experts, we have the development phase, right? What features the site needs to add? What features need to be enhanced? What changes and adjustments we need to do in the site? And last but not least, we need to start enhancing the ERP, right? We need to start getting deeper into the ERP and how we can tweak, how we can, like I said before, enhance the internal efficiencies for our customers. So that's how the framework and the execution team works on the secret about the strategy. But we're going to have a bonus secret here, and this bonus secret is that the human brain hasn't changed in the last 10,000 years. And why am I saying this? Because it's very important that you focus on human psychology. Conversions are driven by human psychology, and it has a very, very deep impact on how we work, how we use our micro copy, how we use our user experience, right? We buy based on emotions. Then, after we decided that we're going to buy something, we're going to rationalize it and we're going to look for excuses. But our decision happens in our reptilian brain, right? And we need to talk to that reptilian brain, right? The new brain, the neocortex, it's where all math happens, when all logic happens. But then the reptilian brain is where emotions, where instinct happens, and when it is said that more than 90% of our decisions happen already in the reptilian brain. This is very important, how we focus on emotions. When you we never focus on products, focus on the emotions of the solutions that those products that you sell drive to your customers, to your target audience. And last but not least, I wanted to share this book here. It's called Don't Make Me Think by Steve Krug. This is a classic. I think it's literally the UX Bible. And what this book says, Steve Krug says that if you put intellectual charging in your customers, you're gonna start putting obstacles. Don't make them think. That's how you determine if a site is intuitive, if the action is the conversion is intuitive, and how you reach them. We need to streamline as much as we can, and we need to make it as intuitive and as simple as possible. Tell the customers what to do next. Tell the customers what should they expect when they perform a specific action.